And I don't care how many times they want to say Iman wasn't in pain. I got videos of their own. I have videos of Tasha Davis trying to make my husband sign paperwork for her to be conservator, and trying to tell him that she just needs it because she's going to make sure he's taken care of, when really what she's doing is making him a ward of the state, and she's going to try and take all of his money, which she did. She took $11,000, shit, I forgot how much, $371 of his SSI. Yeah, she went to Hawaii, you guys. Tasha went to Hawaii while my husband, her brother, was dying in a nursing home on his SSI money. Ain't that some shit? These people are not just predators, they're bullies. Tasha Davis and Lorene Haley would have never talked to my husband the way they did if he was not paralyzed. They would have never been able to kidnap him. They wouldn't have done none of that because Iman would have fucked him up. Okay, so Tasha hears you, right, Tasha?
Yeah, I heard.
Okay. So I'm going to be on...
He's cheering up.
Iman, I'm coming, okay? I promise you. I've been trying to come. The video you just witnessed is me making sure that Tasha understands Iman's, wishes, his patient rights, his human rights are that he gets to decide who he wants next to him and by his side. And Tasha Davis and Lorene Haley and Mercy San Juan were keeping us apart. So I had to make sure I videoed this to prove that Iman's wishes were to have me by his bedside, because the chick in the video kept saying that he didn't want to see me and he only wanted to see his kids. But as you see, Iman was crying for me. And yet they still ripped me away and they still murdered him. Don't cry. We always have each other's backs, right? No matter what. You're my first love and my only love. No matter what, you're my best friend. I got you. And I'll feel better if I'm with you too. We're going to fight this together, okay? I love you.
Yeah.
You see how she wipes his eyes because he's crying for me? Can you imagine 3 days later, she rips me away from him knowing that he was just crying for me, and she does it out of spite, out of anger, because I turned in the family child predator, and she had been protecting this predator for years, which is how they got our son. But keep watching for that part. Iman woke up from life support alone, with no support, because of Tasha Davis and Lorene Haley. Iman lay on life support alone, damn near the whole time, as you are about to see with my evidence.
Everything, we declared scriptures, we sang songs of praise, and even the nurses and doctors are like, we've never seen a family so committed as you guys are, and he's getting better every single day, and he is continuing to get better as well.
No family at bedside. 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 But I'm not done. No family at bedside. 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 What's that say?
No family at bedside.
Exactly. No family at bedside. No family at bedside.
And right there.
What? No family at bedside. Can you see it when I'm doing it? I just got to make sure this chick sees this. No family at bedside. She said, I took this man away from his family.
I know, I'm right.
No family at bedside. 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 That's it. For now.
For now. That was a bunch of papers. Wasn't that?
Talking about taking him away from his family. His family just left him and wanted me to leave him. They got me fucked up. All right, that's it. Cut.
stand. He's at a facility right now that he doesn't really like, so the family and I are working on getting him placed into something that's more catered to his needs, but he's doing well.
More catered to his needs. That means like Iman never had physical therapy while he was in Tasha's care for 10 months. You know, the one where she swears that he was being well taken care of and that he was actually progressing. But what was he progressing in, Tasha, if he didn't have physical therapy and he didn't get occupational therapy, and he sure as hell didn't have a wheelchair for 10 months, and he sure as hell didn't have a prosthetic even fitted? Why is that, Tasha? Is that because you knew he was going to die? Is that because the nursing home knew he was going to die? We should ask Tasha Davis that, but we'll wait until she's arrested and let them ask her. This is feces under my husband's nails because he was paralyzed. This is him being left at the bottom of the bed, and that's a bed sore on the back part from the being left on plastic. This is his skin, and this is also how skinny he was. He was literally starved, and I don't know how he was starved when he had this nasty feeding tube that nobody took care of. I mean, we could have at least, cleaned the site up a little. But look, see how it's coiled? That means they were not flushing it either, but we knew that, right? This is his foot. The back of it, like you've seen how dry it looks. Look at that. It was all in Tasha's care. He was just doing so well.
Yeah. You told her, yeah. And is that really what you want to do?
Yeah.
You really want to move with her to Washington?
I really want to move. I want to move.
This was July of 2021. As you can see, Iman looks pretty good. He's, big still, pretty good weight compared to what we got him home in. And you will also hear him say that he wants to come home with me and the kids to Washington. And we didn't get him until a judge's order, February 14th of 2022. And by then it was too late because Tasha Davis and Lorene Haley had finally succeeded with what they were going to do, which was to murder their brother by bed sores, infections, and a broken heart, because he now had to go home and just die instead of going home and being a father that he wanted to be. Because Tasha Davis and Lorene Haley couldn't stand the fact that their little brother, the predator, had finally been exposed by us. But Tasha Davis and Lorene Haley's brother sexually abused 30 children, and right now he is in prison for 45 to life for 3 children, including our children. In December of 2024, I made it from Washington State to Sacramento to stand by all of the victims that had been victimized by Ashante Marie Steaton, aka KK, of North Highlands, California. I stood with other sexual abuse victims, such as the one in the camera now. I stood tall with them all. We filled that courtroom up. And these are all of our Iman's army that wanted to be on our pants. And we just went in there and just lit the whole courtroom up. And I believe that it made a huge impact on Ashanti's sentencing because they understood that we weren't going to stand down. We weren't going to, pretend like this didn't happen. Tasha Davis and Lorene Haley were not going to keep us silent. And yes, they might have murdered Iman Shabazz, but they will not get away with it. I know this is low, and so you probably can't hear, but these are Iman's Army. I started making Iman's Army in 2021 on Instagram, and not just Instagram, but TikTok as well. My husband was murdered because of this case, and so that's pretty much what I'm saying in the video. This is what I wore to court to make sure that Ashanti knew that we wasn't backing down. None of Ashanti's family showed up, but I mean, that's I expected that because they don't know what's going to happen to them now because of what they've done. Legally, they have no idea when they are going to get arrested or when they're going to get that knock. This is me and my sister Dre. We went out there and supported where our fits so that, you know, everybody understood that we were not going to stand for no child predators no more. And man, I just stood with the victims, you know, and I stood with other victims of sexual abuse as well that, you know, we have helped speak out and tell their truth. And this is all, you know, videos of like the victims and the victim supporters. There's my sister, Dre, my niece, Shantae. The blanket is of my husband in memory of him because he needs justice still for this whole entire case. You will see that we have victims out there with us. We have Ashanti's daughter out there with us. And we just stood tall, man. And we went and we flooded that courtroom together. And we just let them know, like, hey, we are not going to stand for child predators no more. Child predators only exist in our silence. And Stephanie, she stood up out there with us. And that's, you know, my son's godmother. And she's been his godmother since he was, 1 year old. And, you know, she even came out and supported us because, you know, her godson, my son, was one of the, victims. Iman was murdered to scare our sons, our godson, our son, and our nephew. And so we stood tall, and just told these people, we are not going to stand for this. Ashanti this day didn't take the deal. And so he ended up getting 45 to life. But there's my little niece, all cute and stuff back there. My sis, Dre, holding it down, you know what I'm saying? Making sure we represent. There goes me again. Man, listen, if you're a victim of sexual abuse and you want me to hold your hand and help you to get, justice, let me know, because I'm all for it. I'm an advocate for child sexual abuse. I was forced into this, but I'm so glad I'm here. And if any of you guys are victims of this family, please tap in.
Court starts at 1:30, probably maybe about 2 o'clock, and everybody's slow all the time. We'll tap in again when we come back out.
So after court, we left, and Ashanti was going to either take the deal for, I don't know what I said, I think 25 years, or he could go to trial. But the thing is that if he took it to trial, then he would get 100+ years, because he had 3 children that had come forward, and 5 altogether. We have 30 altogether that have come and talked to me that I am actually going to help come forward and, tell their story. And so this was after court, where we went to my sister Stephanie's house and just kind of, sat down, talked about what happened with court with all the victims that were here, and, talked to them about what was next. And we had some, pizza and some soda, and there's all my nieces and nephews right there. And that's KK's ex wife right there that went to court with us as well. She's been an amazing person. I hope you see this, Rochelle, because you have been amazing in this whole entire case. And I'm just so proud of you, because I cannot even imagine how much pain you feel and how much you have to go through every day knowing that this man was around you. And I'm just so proud of you for reaching out to me and thanking you so much for everything you've done and how you kept an eye on him to protect other children and other women. And I can't be any more thankful for her. She was a victim herself, and she's going to come forward and tell everybody about what happened after Ashanti was bailed out, and how his sisters are definitely involved and definitely know exactly what's been going on this whole time, and we're hiding his crimes. Ashanti did end up, now he's in prison for 45 to life. He ended up not taking that deal and then screwing himself more. Well, I wouldn't say more, because like I said, he would have got 100 years if he wouldn't have taken it to trial, because we had just so much evidence. And at the end of all this, the officers all thanked me, and the DA thanked me, and the DA will be working with the FBI as soon as we are ready for that, to go after Tasha Davis, Lorraine Haley, for their help in assisting with not just Ashanti and his children that he sexually abused, but also with premeditated murder, because they told us literally that if I didn't bring my children back to Sacramento, that Iman was going in a nursing home and that he would die from bed sores and infections. And guess what Iman died from? Bed sores and infections. And that's because he was in Tasha Davis and Lorraine Haley's care. So justice for Iman, justice for all the victims, to all the victims that came forward and made it to court, and all the victims, you know, all the friends that just came and supported us. I love you guys. I can't thank you enough. I will never forget you guys showing up for us that day. It meant the world to us. God bless everybody. Don't forget to follow us on our YouTube.